You're watching New Car Spin. I am Brian, and I'm here to show you vehicles. Today is the Mazda 3. So it is a four-door hatchback. Mazda provided it to me for the week, and it's the all-wheel drive Mazda 3, which means it has a 2.5-liter turbo four-cylinder engine. Today, we're going to drive it around, and I'm going to think out loud as I drive it to kind of give you my take on it. First off, I think it's a great looking hatchback. It's got four doors like a sedan, but it doesn't have that sedan look, and it kind of looks better than little CUVs. Obviously, that's an SUV. This is an SUV, so they're kind of large, but the CUVs are like, token cars, whereas this is a serious car, and that's because I have a theory about Mazda. Let's pop the hood on this bad boy, actually. Look at that red interior. So cool. All right, so I also love the smell of a new Mazda. It's got that nice Napa leather. Has a made in Japan. Let's see if I did this right. Do I have the key with me? I think I do. Yes, I do. Okay. So the key looks very similar to a Volvo key, except the buttons are on the side, which would make it more like who knows what key. Okay, no hood struts. But yeah, that's it. Obviously, it's transverse mounted. Huge battery there. Yep, looks good. Let's see if I can do this. This is a heavy hood, by the way. Heavy, very heavy, heavy, heavy. Holy crap. Headlights are great at night. They illuminate a lot, and I like the sporty look of this one. Let's get in there, start it up. Let me get the garage door clicker here. There we go. Okay, so Mazda to me is a Japanese Audi. And I say that because if you're looking for a hatchback and you're looking at something like a Corolla hatchback, this car is 10 grand more than a Corolla hatchback. But you get so much more for the money. Nothing wrong with the Corolla hatchback, but when you're older, you want something a little bit more sophisticated for all the work you've put in so far in your life. And no, I'm not talking like a marketing guy. I'm not a sales dude. I don't get paid to pitch this stuff. I'm just trying to get my freaking remote on the sun visor. I'm not scratching it. Okay. Contact. So we have a Bose stereo in here. We have power windows, blah, blah, blah. Camera, memory seats. It's like a Japanese Audi. It really is. They're taking what the Corolla couldn't be, and they're elevating it. But in this day and age, in this market, if you are unable to get a Corolla, you're going to have to step up to a Mazda and step up. Oh, I gotta put my seatbelt on. Okay. So I don't really edit my videos, so if you're new here, thank you. Like and subscribe, comment, all that good jazz, because I'm basically giving you the real story here. I'm not sugarcoating it. I'm not reading you a press release. You can go do all that research. I'm here to convey what it's like as a car. And so, backup camera with 360, which is nice to have, and sonar, right? Pretty sure there's just that corner that's driving it crazy. Okay, backing out, pretty good, pretty close there, but I got it. So the Mazda 3 has been around for a couple of years now. I'm not saying it's old, but I hardly see many of these. The people get the CX-30, CX-5 is a great deal. This car comes in at, I don't know, have you guessed the price yet? Oh my god, let's see the window stickers in here. There we go. 26 combined, 31 highway, that's about right. There we go. 36,895. So that's definitely more than the Corolla hatchback, but, and I'm not talking about the GR. We do have 310 pound-feet of torque and 227 horsepower. So that kind of power level is really interesting because Audi doesn't put that kind of information on their window stickers. Maybe because they're embarrassed, probably. And, you know, Mazda is able to do the same power output, or even better than some of those Audis you can get. Plus, you can't get an Audi all-wheel drive hatchback in the US anymore either, so keep that in mind. Okay, so driving along, we have a digital cluster here. If I go to info, we can see it's a pretty cool layout there for the, let me get the glare out of here. There you go. We have our driving aids, we have speedometer. I mean, that's legit graphics there, because that's an analog on the left and that's digital in the middle and analog on the right. So the get the air going right here. We have auto, we have heated seats, we have a heated steering wheel. Sorry about the glare there. We don't have a vented seat, but they are perforated. So unlike the CX-5, the 3 does not have vented seats. But I've always thought that this 3 would actually be a good platform to use for a new Miata, because the way this thing feels and the way the power is delivered, it's definitely a sports car. And that's different from my other experiences in some Japanese cars, because most people would consider these cars to be economy cars. And again, I'm just thinking out loud here, so bear with me in my bouncing around of logic and showing of features. So stereo's good. The rattling here is this stupid garage door clicker. Actually, let me just, I don't need it, throw it in there. I don't see wireless charging in here. Not sure if it's an option, not sure if it's not available, but it would be great to have. That's the only thing I wish this car had. Vented seats would be awesome, but I don't think it's possible. I don't know where those buttons would go. Well, what I want to show you is, once I get on the road here, we're also warming this thing up a little bit, is what this thing sounds like when it's opened up. Here we have a sliding armrest. It slides fore and aft, and that's so that you can get, I don't know, access here to the ports and stuff without having to lift the armrest. And then you have almost like a pen slot here and a divider. It's not very deep, but this is not a very tall car, so you don't have all that extra space you have to kind of like figure out what to do with. We also have a sunroof, so hold that open for a couple seconds, or hold the button down for a couple seconds and it automatically opens. It's also a shade, so we have a glass shade on shaded glass. I can't talk this morning because I haven't had my coffee yet. Okay, I'm gonna wait for them to go by. So, of course, the day is ruined now. Okay, first off, the way this car accelerates, you definitely feel turbo lag, but it's not a deal killer in here. And it is a relentless little engine, and it kind of makes me forget how fast I'm going, because I really don't hear too much wind noise in here. We're going to take it on the toll road now. But what I want you to know is turbo lag, extra power, all-wheel drive. At least I think it is. Let's give it a shot. Oh wait, yeah. First of all, sport mode. Flick that buddy up there and then let this car go by. And then maybe those cars too. I think I would ruin my window there. You'll see sport indicated down there. And there is no sport in the transmission, but there is a manual mode. And we do have paddles, but in the sake of getting this video done, I won't use paddles, but we're gonna go, what we need to do is cut across those 3 lanes once we get over there. Okay, this is looking better, but then I'm gonna be behind that truck of garbage. Okay, definitely still some front torque steer. It's got like a Subaru WRX depth to the throttle. The way it picks up speed, the way it sounds even. And I'm hearing more induction than I am exhaust, which is really cool because it's kind of old school in that way. It's like a 90s Japanese car, which, you know, a lot of people buy old cars and then they sink some good money into it and then they have a nice old car. But this day and age, trust me, this is a brilliant idea because sticker was $38. You can go lease one if you needed a car today and you didn't want to pay $5,000 over sticker for a Toyota because the dealer simply has one available. You lease a Mazda because Mazda's actually not impacted by any inventory issues these days. And your lease payment is calculated based on like your total of your lease. So you take $38,000, you divide that by 2, and you spread that over 3 years. And you basically have 36 payments of, I don't know, 500 something a month. But if you think about the fact that it's brand new, there's a warranty, all this other stuff. Let's try the acceleration. So, yeah, gear changing, it's kind of, how would you say, it's not a crisp shift in sport mode. I'm going to go back into normal mode. I think sport mode doesn't really matter in this car because of the torque curve. I mean, 310 pound-feet, there's some serious torque there, but also the turbo lag. So if you're really not doing this one-handed and you want to master the paddles, you could do that. But you also want to take advantage of the ability to corner in this car because and you'll also see the heads-up display there. Okay, we're slowing this one down. Scheisse. So, in reality, this car definitely has no problem keeping up and passing traffic. The beauty of it is the way it handles. The steering is nice and heavy, but not stupid heavy. It's very sporty feeling. And I would have no problem buying this car and driving it for 3 years. Some people might just want the CV because they want to hire off the ground. In that case, to me, it's the Mazda CX-5 all day long. And I almost got one a couple weeks ago. I was very, very close. I'll have a video soon about what I did instead. And, you know, really just looking around at this car, it's like so driver-focused, driver-oriented, all those words that are commonplace these days. I just feel like this is like the sweet spot. Oh yeah, look at that pickup, man. And as far as all-wheel drive, it'll come in handy in the weather situations, but I don't feel like it's all-wheel drive in this car. I mean, obviously there's a lot of torque, 310 pound-feet, and it's going to the wheels, but you certainly feel it up front. And I think the heaviness of the steering is what kind of tries to eliminate torque steer, but it's still there, but it's not terrible. I mean, you'd still get some of that even in the Audi, but that's what I'm saying. This is like $38,000. You could also get a Audi A3, but here we have a Mazda 3 hatch, 2.5 liter turbo. This is the top of the line. It's got great leather, better leather than the Audi actually, and it looks better in here than the new A3. So why would you go spend more money in an economy like this to get an Audi to like impress your friends or something? I just don't get it. Oh yeah, very linear, but you really do need to be in the right gear. So hold on a second, let me get a I also have the a way to get around that screen. Is it a touch screen? No, it's not a touchscreen, which is okay. I really don't care. But if I go into manual mode, let's go this way. Okay. Yep, left is downshift. Oh yeah. I don't really hear turbo whistle or anything, but I am. Oh yeah. Okay. Why wouldn't you get this car? Question number one. What's holding you back? Maybe you can't necessarily afford it, but you want a turbo Japanese car, hatchback, blah, blah, blah. This checks all the boxes. Mazda made exactly what you're looking for, and I think it's freaking amazing. And no, I don't get paid to do car reviews. I am given cars for a week, and then I tell you what I think, and I'm very honest about it. So just keep it at that, okay? If you got a problem with that, you got problems. So that's it. Mazda 3 hatch, 2.5 turbo automatic transmission. You can get a manual, but I think it's front wheel drive only, which is, you know, I think that's a cost thing more than it is a performance thing. But there you go. I really want to see more of these on the road, and I really want to see happier people on the road, and I really hope that yeah, just a great car. I think I'll just drive you out on this video. No need to end it. Might as well just enjoy it. Interesting. Stereo sounds pretty good, but I can't really explain that by giving you something to listen to, because YouTube would flag the video. So, but I'm still in manual mode, which is nice to have. You move this over into M, and it's not going to revert back to automatic unless you leave it in drive and then you hit the paddle. Still stuck at the red light here. I'm going to pause it and resume when it turns green, because this looks like it's going to be a while. I just realized while I'm sitting here, you'll notice the engine is still running. I don't even feel it. I don't feel a single thing. We're not going to hear it, obviously, because we hear that saw cutter guy. But there's no stupid start-stop in this car. None of that nonsense is going on in here. There's no button for it. It has auto hold, so it can keep me at this light. But there's no engine shutting off at the red light. This is one of the last new cars on the market that thankfully doesn't do that kind of stuff. And this is the longest light in the world. I might have to run it on camera, of course. 28 seconds. Oh, man. Okay, maybe we're gonna get close to a green light. There we go. No exhaust crackle. I think I said in a video a couple years ago when I drove one of these is that I wish it had some exhaust crackle, but now everyone does it, and it's posers and clowns that do it a lot, and I'm kind of glad this doesn't do it, but I still wish there was a little bit of something, not like a Golf GTI, but just something, it just on that sporty side to make it seem something. I wish maybe faster gear changes, like snappier, harder changes, and there may be some kind of software thing that can happen there. You let me know. Oh yeah, boy. Wow. And brakes are balanced and strong too. Yeah, this is just an amazing car. And if you're in the market for a car and you're worried about the financial situation these days, and you want something that doesn't need to break the bank but have fun, woohoo. rev limiter is like 6,000 RPM there. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna slow it down a little bit. So there you go. That is the Mazda 3. I highly recommend it. Go get one. See ya.